Hey, guys, it is Old Man G here, back again with another Manchester United news now show where basically I just review or look at all the latest Manchester United news and then some over the coming week. We're going to be talking about Messi, obviously, Harry Maguire, Grealish, Paul Pogba, Jadon Sancho update, and more. But before we get into news, first and foremost, I just want to sort of put this out here. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, guys. This guy, yes, I know this is obviously a football channel, etc., etc. So, but you could even see the impact they made on footballers, guys, and my thoughts and prayers are with him, his family. I posted a video, a proper detailed video on my sister channel called The Red Shack. So please head over there and check it out. Check out The Red Shack. It's the link is on the channel page. That's where I post a lot of other entertainment-based news. But basically, yeah, R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman, Wakanda forever, and my thoughts and prayers with his family as well. It was quite tragic, to be honest. But let's move on. So first and foremost, we're going to get into the news. Thanks for Live being in. Absalom Williams, Yo G mate, thank you so much. Absalom Williams says, "We Man United, we stick together through thick and thin." We do. Absalom Williams, we do. We should. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please, if you're new to the channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, UnitedXR, and smash the notification button for latest Manchester United news as well, guys. So let's just get into it now, guys. Jadon Sancho transfer update. Jadon Sancho transfer update. What is the latest with Jadon Sancho? And the reality is, not much. Not much is the thing. There really is not a lot to put. And I think that for me is the concerning thing with the Jadon Sancho saga, is that there isn't really anything. There isn't really much. It's as simple as answer. Everything has gone quiet, really. Dortmund are very happy. So to be honest, I don't know about him, but sorry for my Chadwick. But it's quiet, and it's too quiet. It's too quiet. Too quiet. And it's concerning because over the last month or so, Jadon Sancho to United, we were linked. We're doing all these different sorts of things. There was going to be a bid. And I think there is still some belief that Manchester United will put in a bid for Jadon Sancho. But the reality, unfortunately, is that things have been quiet. And from what we know, from what's coming out of Dortmund, and certainly if Transfer Tom, who I speak to on occasion, is that Jadon Sancho is happy at Dortmund, and unless he actually forces the move, we're not going to do it. And that's a big problem. That is a very, very, very big problem. Absalom says, "Love the show, mate. You're doing an awesome." Thank you so much, Absalom. Thank you so much. I appreciate the ongoing support. Really, really, I do. We're going to be doing a lot of shows this weekend and this week. There's a lot of stuff coming your way. There's going to be a top transfer targets this evening, followed by tomorrow 100% Manchester United podcast and more. But I'll tell you about it more over the show. We've got a lot of shows coming up. Please like and share the video as well. It mean a lot to me. But yeah, the reality is the deal, as Tom was saying, the deal is in Manchester United's hands. Okay, this deal is in Manchester United's hands, and unfortunately, that's concerning for me anyway. And what's even more concerning, I would say, as well, the Jadon Sancho issue is that we need to strengthen other areas. And I've said this several times on channels that, like, I don't get Manchester United fans that think that by just signing Sancho, we're fixed. We have so many areas that we need to sort out on the field. Left back, for backup, we need another midfielder, we need another striker, another centre back, and obviously right winger. Right winger is the priority, but there are so many areas that Manchester United need to strengthen. And the reality is that, like, even if we sign Sancho, if we think that we're going to challenge for a title, I don't think so. You look at what Chelsea are doing. They've signed 5 or 6 players. We often say it's difficult to fix something in one window. Well, hang on a minute. Chelsea have signed, but 5 days signed what? In this, aside from Pulisic and Kovacic they signed last year, coming into last season. They've signed Thiago Silva. They've signed Kai Havertz. They've signed Timo Werner. They've signed Hakim Ziyech. They've signed Ben Chilwell. So that's 5 signs they've got, and they're looking to sign Donnarumma as a keeper and possibly Rice and others. So this idea that we can't sort of fix United one transfer window is ridiculous. The reality is that for some reason, we can't seem to get multiple signings on in one transfer, and it's harming Manchester United Football Club because we don't have a director of football. We just go all in on one player and hope we can sign him, like we did with Haaland in January. He rejects us, it didn't work, and then we move on. That is not how a big club should run. That's not how a big club should work, and it is really, really frustrating as a Manchester United fan seeing this happen. I fear we'll sign anyone, mate. Really, if we do, we'll drag it out till last week. I mean, obviously, the transfer window is finished, closed, I think, October. So we still have more than a month to go. But the issue for me is that, like, you have a situation where, what I'm saying is, why can we not make multiple signings in one transfer like Chelsea? Why can't we be smart about it? And we can't be smart about it because we don't have a director of football, and we just don't know how to negotiate. We don't know how to scout. Supposedly, you look at Thiago Silva. I mean, some of it might be obviously the fact that it's Manchester opposed to London. Maybe London is an easy attraction, but we said we need a centre back. You've got Thiago Silva going for free. We couldn't, offer him high wages to get him to come to United. Maybe, for a year. We couldn't have offered 40 million to get Timo Werner, really? You know what I mean? So unless it's the really strong London City life connection thing, I just don't understand it. I don't understand. Phil Iris says talk's still ongoing, but it's not positive. Yeah, I don't think it's positive either. From the start, from this whole thing, it's always been in Manchester United's hands, and unfortunately, Manchester United, for whatever reason, just do not seem to want to do this deal. They just don't. They don't want to fork out the money. Bear in mind what's been going on in the world. They just don't want to fork it out. And it's annoying because we have a lot more money than other teams, and you're seeing other teams signing players, and we're not. So for me, at least be smart about it. Get loan deals. Okay, we can't sign players. Do swap deals, do loan deals, maybe get someone like Ousmane Dembele on loan for a year if it's not going to work. Think about that. Don't just sort of spend, what my concern is here, and so I'm ranting here, it's almost like a rant. What my concern sort of here is that, United are going to basically spend this whole entire summer trying to negotiate with Dortmund to lower their fee, and that's it. And then Dortmund's just end up being like, no, we're not going to do anything. And United are going to go like, well, at least we tried. That's nonsense. Abston Williams says United won't spend 100 million. I think they're holding back because we need so much more on positions. I mean, that's one theory. I mean, I don't think they will full stop, and I agree with you, but I just think it's just because they just don't have the money. It's just weird. I think that we often think or feel that we have more money than we should, and I just don't think that we do. That's my big thing. I generally don't think that we have anywhere near as much money as we think we do anyway, and that for me is the big problem. I think Jadon Sancho is literally a question of just watch this space, see what happens, but don't hold your breath. By the way, guys, let me know what you think of the new thumbnails. I'm trying to this new season with hopefully some new ideas, new vibes, trying to sort of kickstart the channel and push it forward in the push it forward for the new season. So there's the new thumbnails. I'm going to be going back to doing my live match reaction sort of stuff, maybe from the studio, maybe from like the audio like I used to do back in the day, whatever sort of works, and just try and work on YouTube because YouTube hasn't really been helping me recently. So your feedback is very much appreciated, and your support as well. So because this gig is tough. Anyway, so let's move on. I think Jadon Sancho will watch this space, but we'll basically see what happens. Now, I didn't give my opinion on this early in the week because I just was busy. Lionel Messi to Manchester United. Obviously, there's basically, for those who've been living under a rock for most of the week, or for those who weren't aware of what actually happened in the Champions League, Lionel Messi, obviously, he was on the team that got battered, battered, absolutely battered. It was a team that got battered by 8 goals to 2. Welcome to the club, by the way, Bayern Munich. We did that to Arsenal not a few years back. But the point I'm trying to make here is that, like, Messi's obviously made his intentions known. He said, "Listen, I need to leave. I want to go. I want to challenge, and I want to, like, at least set the rest of my career with some semblance." So there was news floating on earlier in the week that Messi basically wanted to go to who was linked to Manchester United, because the issue here with Messi is that, from what I understand by the whole thing, Messi is on 600k a week. Messi has a contract, a clause which says that if it's triggered ahead of time, he can basically go for free. However, he was supposed to notify Barcelona of that in June, which he didn't because the season hadn't finished. So Messi and Messi's lawyers are arguing, well, hang on for a second. The season hadn't finished. For all intents and purposes, we're still in the Champions League. You know, we were still fighting for the title. So I'm sure if Messi had won the Champions League and the title with Barca, he wouldn't have obviously been thinking that. But things got delayed, and as soon as they come back, he loses the title, and then obviously they get humiliated in the Champions League. So of course Messi wants to go. There are only a few players, teams that can really afford him. In my mind, that the ones that come straight to mind are PSG, Manchester City, and Manchester United. Now, I don't think any one of Manchester and PSG are going to pay a £600 million release clause. I don't think any of them are going to. United certainly wouldn't. If we can't pay 120 million for Sancho, we definitely can't pay 600 million for Lionel Messi. So where I sort of see this with this whole Lionel Messi to Manchester United thing here is that, like, it's not going to happen. Let's just not even think about it. Let's not even just contemplate the idea. I think if it's free, I think United are definitely one of the teams that can afford Messi's wages. That, without a shadow of a doubt, Manchester United are a side that could actually afford Lionel Messi's wages. The problem comes with when you want to come to Manchester United, and given the fact that we're nowhere near competing, you don't leave Barcelona to go to United's side that aren't even near to competing for a league title, let alone a Champions League. So unless United were prepared to make Lionel Messi the most, make him even more so the most expensive player in the world, and just essentially just give him whatever the hell he wants, I just don't see him going. I think it'd be more likely for him to go to City or PSG, but obviously they're not going to. I mean, I don't know. I think that, as I was saying to some mates, when we're talking about this whole thing, I was saying, listen, the reality sort of is that if you're going to bring in a player who's on about 600k a week, and you're going to pay him that, you're going to completely dissuade, what you're going to do is you're going to basically just mess up the dressing room, is the point I'm trying to make. You're going to completely mess up the dressing room, because what you're doing effectively is saying, right, this player, and obviously he is worth that amount of money, but I just think that a lot of players are going to feel bad. And obviously when their new contract is coming up, like Raheem Sterling, for example, they're going to want to demand more. And that's the problem. So there needs to be balance, is the point I'm trying to make. There needs to be balance. And whether or not they'll be able to do that remains to be seen. But if you're a United fan watching this and you're thinking that Messi, I would love Messi to come to United. I would love Messi to come to United just to silence the haters and just to keep them. I would love it, And the reality is that Messi the amount of shirts that Messi would sell in United shop. Like, we're talking, I know Barcelona is a big club, but it's because of Messi that they're a big club. we're already a big club globally, financially. So if Messi were to come to United, like he'd make back, the money, instantly. But just because of the way Manchester United are, and where if Sir Alex Ferguson was still here, possibly, but not now, unfortunately, not now. Let's have a quick look in. So Fully Live says United are prepared to play the long game to sign Sancho, which is frustrating. Okay, which is very, 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 very frustrating. Thanks everyone who's watching. By the way, remember to leave a like on the vid if you can, and remember to share and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. United are prepared to play the long game to sign Sancho. Yeah, this is the problem. This long game that we like to play. We like to play this long game, and what people don't seem to understand is that the longer we play this game, the less likely we are to go for other targets, and that's just frustrating. The thumbnails are epic, mates, and don't worry, just keep on what you're doing, and the channel will grow. Everything takes time. Yeah, man, exactly. This is the thing, man. With this, it's just like, as long as there are people out there that are watching, that want to listen and want to get involved, I'm going to still be doing this sort of stuff. That's the thing for me. It's stuff I enjoy doing it, and as long as there are people out there that are watching and support, that's it. So thank you so much for your feedback, man. Appreciate it. Why are we wasting our time with our Messi talk? I don't get it. It makes no sense. Getting him, no matter the hype around it, we can't afford any of it. Of course we can't afford it. Of course we can't. Of course we can't afford it. It just doesn't make sense. Oh, sorry. Super chat. Armchair Critic. Thank you so much for joining, buddy. Let me revert back so I can give you my full attention. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for the super chat, Armchair Critic. I really, really appreciate it. I know we have our differences regarding Messi. So, well, not really differences. I just have things. But anyway, put that aside. I want to address it. Do you think Chelsea will finish top 2 this season? I don't think you buy those players and not buy them so that you want to compete for a league and compete for a Champions League. My issue with it, and I'm seeing a lot of Chelsea fans that gassed and everything like that, and are very, very, we're going to do this, we're going to win, etc. My issue with it is the goalkeeping situation and defensive situation, because what people don't seem to understand is that the issue with Chelsea last season was, yes, they couldn't score as many goals they would like. I agree, and possibly they fixed that. My key issues with Chelsea are, one, I still don't think they've sorted out the defensive issue. Ben Chilwell is good going forward. I don't think he's that great going back. Thiago Silva is 35, 36, and while I think he is a solid defender, it still remains to be seen how, defending in Ligue 1, I'm not saying Ligue 1 is woefully inferior to Premier League, but there is a difference. And, will he at 35, 36, over a 38-game season be able to do that? I'm not 100% sure. The goalkeeping situation, is he going to play Caballero or Kepa? Are they going to sign another keeper? Maybe they sign another keeper, but even then, how long will it take? Essentially what I'm saying is that, in theory, yes, but the problem is that when you sign 5 or 6 players in one season, it takes time for them to gel. And, if all of those players came in and gelled completely, synced everything, then absolutely they've got it. Absolutely. And they played to their potential. Absolutely, they've got it. But I just don't see how all 5, 6 signings gel at the same time. I just don't see it, Armchair Man. I really, really don't, because I just think that you'll see it will be slow. I think what I expect Chelsea to get top 4. Okay, because what you'll find is that they'll start probably a bit slow, and then they'll click, and then they'll sort of go on from there. That's what I think. And lastly, on it, because I don't want to dwell on it too long, I think the issue with my own issue is also, I don't think that Timo Werner is a 30-goal a season forward. Now, you feel free to clip this, but for me, he's an inside forward. I just don't see him as the type of player that is going to be. He's not like a Costa, but that was for Chelsea. You know, he just doesn't seem like that player to me. So hopefully that answers your question, I'm sure, and that's a detailed response. If you have any other questions, but feel free. And if anyone has any other questions, they will ask me in this. Please let me know. Please let me know. But thank you so much for the super chat. Red Devil Weekly says, "Hey G, unfortunately, it's looking like another last gas panic signing is claiming Ollie's the one I feel sorry for most. You can only work with what you've got." Exactly. I mean, exactly. You know, shouts out to Red Devil Weekly, by the way. Please head over to his channel and show Red Devil Weekly much love. Really appreciate it. Let's get him to 1,000 subscribers as well, man, because there's one guy that deserves it. It's this guy. But yeah, it is, again, lastminute.com. And would anyone really be surprised if we end up getting... The thing is, I don't mind. It's just about thinking about it. Just think about it. So Chelsea are smart. So they are smart because they have a director of football. So they're smart with their signings. We aren't. So we can easily make 4 or 5 other signings that aren't Sancho, that are smart signings. Like I said, get an Ousmane Dembele on loan, for example. Sign Idrissa Gueye for 20-something million. I could name, I'm going to be doing a show tonight about my top 5 transfer targets. And in that show, I'm going to basically show how we can basically spend 120 million on getting 5 transfer targets with the Jadon Sancho money. You know, and I'm gonna show you those and how I think that they would improve Manchester United. So stay tuned for that 8:30 tonight. But you know, it is what it is. And then yes, okay, Footy Live. Obviously, Footy Live's obviously talking about the Messi. United. So yeah, we're not signing Messi. I think everyone knows that we're not. Right. Moving on to Harry Maguire. Now, guys, I posted obviously a video. I'm not going to dwell too much on Harry Maguire because I posted a video yesterday just talking about good old Slabhead and what was going on, and basically saying whether I think that he should be captain or not, what should go on. You know, is he captain material? Obviously, he did that emotional interview, and the club and England back him. As fans, we should back him as well. Until everything is revealed properly, you know, with obviously the appeal. So his conviction has been quashed for now because he's appealing. But I guess the way that I kind of see it is that you know, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's really, really, really difficult. And you know, my opinion has always been that I just don't think that Harry Maguire's captain material, full stop, irrespective of this incident. So the way I kind of see it for me is that, you know, I still believe that that the captaincy should either go to Bruno or should go to Pogba, but certainly Bruno. And maybe you could use this incident potentially as a facilitator for making someone like Bruno Fernandes captain. Personally, I'm still, you know, I still don't get, you know, maybe some other players. I know they're relaxing, having fun, etc. You've seen what happened with Pogba, with Co and stuff like that. But you know, I don't know. I don't know. All I can really say though is that like I wish him well. Hopefully we can resolve this. But for me, you could possibly use this opportunity as saying, listen, we'll back you, we'll support you, keep on going. But maybe someone like Bruno could take on the reins here. That's just my 2 cents from Harry Maguire. And I'll just leave it at that. If you want to know more about what my opinion is, check out the video on this channel. Harry Maguire, I posted it yesterday. Harry Maguire, captaincy, you know, let me know. Also, yeah, read that. Mates, do you think the Glazers and Ed will surprise us or no? No. When have the Glazers actually surprised us? Because none of the signings that we signed were surprises, really. You know, Harry Maguire was not Harry Maguire was not a surprise. Wan-Bissaka was not a surprise. Daniel James wasn't really surprised. Even Bruno wasn't surprised because we linked him. You know, it's not like you know how Liverpool signed. You know, it's not a surprise at all. You know, so I love it if we do, but our scouting network doesn't seem to be great, and we just, I don't know, maybe we're Brexit FC. I've got no idea what United's transfer policy is. But what I would say, though, is that this has been the same issue that it was with Van Gaal, with Mourinho with Moyes. They didn't get the players that they wanted to get, and it cost them, and that's the big problem. So yeah. Hey, Reddill Studio, Smiley Flame, Chelsea, our resident Chelsea fan. Hope you're doing well, Chief. Remember, guys, to like the vid, and share to Red Devil Studio. Greatly appreciate it, everybody. Armchair Critic says Bruno should be captain. Said I agree. He's more of an enforcer, as we saw when he was barking at Lindelof for just screwing everything over. Absolutely, totally agree. But I don't know whether it's because he's not British. His English is perfectly fine. So I don't know. Is it a Brexit FC thing that he needs? I don't know. But like I said, I feel that with this situation ongoing, I think that this would be an opportunity to make Bruno Fernandes captain, because you certainly can't make him. It'd be weird to keep Harry Maguire as captain with all this going on in the background. I think that this needs to be resolved before he gets to be captain. Personally, Rasmus man, shout out to Rasmus A, a member of the Red Devil Studio community, guys. If you want to be a member of this, you want to help Old Man G out with the content, please consider becoming a member of Red Devil Studio. I'll plug it, of course I'll plug it. Become a member, get exclusive access to emojis, to video requests. But also we're trying to do anyway, like a member only live stream where we basically just discuss whatever you want to discuss, all things football, etc. So please get involved. If you want to become a member, hit that join button and get involved in the Red Dot Stream community. We'll be doing some live stream stuff like that, chats, and be good. Rasmus says, do you expect any signings at all? Right now, no. Right now, no, I don't. Not before. I mean, we might get a last-minute one in October because I know how slow our club is, because we know when the deadline is. But I don't expect to see any signings before the start of the season. What we'll see is contract signings. So, like we saw with Dean Henderson, I expect maybe, let's say, Pogba, for example, might get a new contract, stuff like that. I think you'll see existing players getting new contracts. That's what you'll see. I don't think you'll see new players, personally. And that summarizes just everything that I mean. Right, let's move on from Harry Maguire and move on. Penultimate topic, Grealish to Manchester United. This has been something that's been spread out a bit, because a week ago there was reports that in the Telegraph? I think it was in the Telegraph. But I think it was in the Telegraph that there was some reports that basically, and this could be a possibility, that we could basically give Aston Villa Sergio Romero, and we get Jack Grealish with some money. Which, to be fair, for me, as much as I love Sergio Romero, that would be a good deal, because if we've now got a situation where we are now keeping Henderson has signed a new deal and he's staying United to fight for #1 spot as a goalkeeper, right? So now we have a situation where you can't have 3 goalkeepers. So Sergio Romero clearly wants to leave. We can sell him because he's still on contract. So yeah, let's make a paper plate. If we want to get someone like Grealish from Aston Villa, this is what I'm saying about playing smart. We have a player who probably doesn't want to be at the club anymore because of how we treat him, which has been wrong, very wrong in my opinion. Solskjaer was wrong to drop him in that semi, still wrong. But we can use that and say, listen, okay, Villa, we'll give you Romero plus, let's say, 20 million, and you can give us Grealish. How about that? Negotiate. Use what we have. I don't get it. Another setback for Manu Pogba. It seems this time United is kind of doomed. Do you think we should conclude that work out for him at United and try to upload him? Paul Pogba. No, I think I'm actually confident that Paul Pogba will sign a contract. There's obviously this whole virus. YouTube are going to demonetize me, but the whole circumstance around Pogba being unwell remains to be. He'll be fine for the start of the season, because you guys got to remember that we're not playing in the first week of the season. We're not playing. We're playing the week after. So by the time that part of the season comes around, Pogba will be back anyway. Sorry, I need that water because I've been talking so much. But yeah, by the time the season starts, when we play our first game, Paul Pogba will be back. So I'm not worried about that. And I actually genuinely think, and we're going to be talking about Pogba in a second, actually, remind me, but I will talk about Pogba in a second because I have some positive news anyway to share for me now. I've linked to the article. Somali Flame, I got video idea, bro. Do a video analyzing top 4 teams transfers and predict the top 4 finish next season. So that is a good thing. So what Somali Flame, what I am doing, so just for those of you obviously listening, for those who are aware, I'm posting quite a lot of content on this last week, so I'm a bit off. I'm doing some reading. So this evening, 8:30 UK time, we're going to be doing top 5 Manchester United transfer targets. Then the following tomorrow, 100% Manchester United podcast, where we'll talk a bit more with some of the United fans. Tom, I think, will be on as well. Then next week, and this is where it gets real. So next week, Tuesday, I can't remember. I'll check the videos. The previews are on the thing, but we are going to be doing we're going to be doing Red Devil Studio live podcast on Monday. We're going to be talking about like everyone's Premier League predictions there, but also the other divisions as well. Tuesday, I'm going to give you my Premier League predictions from 1st all the way to the 20th. So I'm not going to just do top 4. I'm going to start from 20th all the way to 1st to who I think is going to fit in those positions. So that's why I'm going to be doing that. And then on Wednesday, which is going to be really good, we're going to be getting Have Hope, Neeks, Sava, Spurs fans, Arsenal fans on a channel. We're going to be doing a big Premier League fan preview. If you'd like to get involved, give me a DM as well. But on that Wednesday, we're going to have a big Premier League preview show. So yeah, guys, that there's a lot of stuff planned the next couple of days. A lot. Chelsea will garner more points, but won't finish ahead of Liverpool or City. I think so. It's just difficult to tell because I'm just still not convinced that their defense. I just want to see how their defense is and how Lampard plays. That's what I want to see. I want to see how Lampard plays because, for example, a lot of people that are posting the Chelsea starting 11 don't seem to put Mason Mount in their squad, and I'm like, but Mason Mount isn't being dropped by Lampard, so Mason Mount's got to fit somewhere. You know what I mean? So this is the thing. So who's going to play? Who's not going to play? I don't know. I heard we are getting rid of Fred, mate. You think it will happen? We're going to talk about that in a second as well, actually. Super chat again by Armchair Critic. Thank you so much, mate. Thanks so much. Really, really appreciate it. Will the top 4 be enough for Ollie and Lampard to stay? I think if Ollie doesn't get backed, then yes. Because if Ollie gets no signings this season and still ends up with top 4 and a trophy, then yeah, because I don't. If he even gets a trophy on top of that or progresses in Champions League, then for Ollie, yeah, I mean, especially if it's comfortable, then yeah, because he's not been backed. I don't think any Manchester United fan would be begrudging Ollie for getting no signings, no backing, and still finishing top 4. Lampard, on the other hand, is different. And I think that if you have a situation where you spent 232 million in one window, 6 signings in, and you just scrape 4th, that I think is possibly sackable from a Chelsea point of view. You got scraped 4th and no trophy. At least a trophy, like maybe, I don't know, and progression in Champions League. But if you don't get any of it, nah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Raymond, what is Harry going to be available for us to start soon? I'm confused with this. He is. Okay, so just to explain to you, Raymond, and thank you for joining as well, by the way. So Harry Maguire, effectively, he was charged in Greece, but then he went back. So his trial was from home. Was like video conference or whatever. So basically, he's been he was found guilty, but he's now going to appeal. So because he's appealed, the charges have been dropped. So he's still innocent, as it were, now, and he's waiting for the appeal. But he's currently in the UK and he will play for Manchester United. But he has been dropped by Harry Maguire from the club. And I would suspect that he's going to play for Manchester United, but I can't see him being the captain. I can't. Gonna just, yeah. No worries, mate. Take care for the man. Take care. I'm wrapping things up in a second as well, actually. A trophy season would definitely get Lampard set. Yeah. Like I said, if Ollie isn't backed, I don't think we can have any complaints if he gets fourth. But if there is no trophy this season, or at least progression. So let's say, for example, he gets Chelsea to the semi-final of the Champions League, maybe, and he maybe gets second in Premier League, then possibly it will be okay. There's got to be progression. Before I'll just round up Grealish. Hit me a follow, and yep, I will follow you on Instagram at Abston Williams. I will. I'll type you in. I will. We're on Twitter as well, man. Links in description. What am I? I'll just round out this Grealish thing. So, long story short of Grealish, if we exchange Romero with some money, we should be able to get Grealish. Is basically my 2 cents. Let's quickly move on. Poor Pogba, new contract. Now, I know Rasmus brought this up, and this is quite important, but poor Pogba. This is actually coming from the Independent. I'll show this article now. Before I get back into your comments, guys, and thank you so much for commenting, guys.
Very disappointing. I think we're all.
That's Ollie being disappointed about. Right. So here you go. Hopefully everyone can see that. So poor Pogba will stay at Manchester United and is ready to negotiate a new contract, says Mina Raiola. Poor Pogba will remain at Manchester United during the transfer window and is ready to negotiate a new contract, according to his agent Mina Raiola. Oh, mouth is dry. Earlier this year, it goes on, agitated move, time for new challenge last summer. Yeah, we got that. But here's the meat and potatoes of everything. And I basically want to get what Mina Raiola says. This is what Mina Raiola, so Pogba's agent, says. Pogba will remain at United, he told Sky Sports. So he's not going this summer. He's not. He's a key player for United. They have an important project, and he's 100% included. United will not accept any bid on this summer to sell Pogba. We're going to speak about a new contract soon. No stress. So bearing in mind that Mina Raiola has basically been mouthing on pretty much all season about, Pogba won't be held to ransom and blah, 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 over and over again. Quite frankly, this is an amazing U-turn. And obviously the current global situation has probably had its hand in it. But you got to say that props to Solskjaer, given the fact that he's somehow able to sort of, do a complete and total U-turn, and that we're now in a process of signing Pogba to strengthen give him a new contract to strengthen our midfield. Because frankly, had Pogba gone, had he left, just imagine how many more signs we'd have to get, man. Just imagine how many more signs. It'd be ridiculous. It'd be absolutely, totally ridiculous. Let me go back into your comments. But yeah, what do you guys think about the situation? Do you want Pogba to stay? I know Rasmus a while back was saying, is it time for United to try and offload him? For me personally, I wouldn't. Now's not the time. I don't think we shouldn't be really in the rebuilding phase, of United. We've got a lot of young players. We should be really in we need to challenge phase. And if you're going to challenge for a title and trophies, you need poor Pogba. It's as simple as that. You also need better defenders, but, I'm a Bayern fan and we'll take it from there. Let's quickly look at some of these comments. I'm not in touch with United fans. What exactly is the Sancho signing? Money, Glazers, Ed Woodward. It's as simple as that, armchair. Do you reckon we need Camavinga? I don't know much about Camavinga, if I'm honest. I really don't know much about him. But for me, in an ideal world, my signings would have been like Partey or Idrissa Gueye, Upamecano, Sancho, the other forward. I would have probably. Well, I said Werner. I'm not that fussed about Werner, to be honest. Grealish, okay, is another midfielder. And forward wise, I don't really know because I don't know any if there are any big forwards around that could really sort of come in. I really don't. Do you guys know of any forwards that could come in? Possibly Dembele from Lyon. I think would potentially be an option coming in. But that's about it. But some of those players aren't going to be on because of how much they cost this evening. So stay tuned. I understand your points, but I can't stand against that being a fan favorite. He gets at least 3 seasons. That is a point. I just think that does his position not become untenable if you just get top 4 despite having 200 odd spend? That's just what I don't. That's just what I don't get. Is that there could be no excuses to not at least progress. If you're in the same, if I'm a business and Roman Abramovich is that's what he is, and I'm like, I'm giving you essentially a whole new team because I have, and what you do is you don't do anything with it. In fact, other clubs have spent less and more, then there's a problem. So that's my thing with it, and it will depend on what's his name, your owner, to have that mentality. So, CR7 Ronaldo, thanks again. We need an LBCB and a central. We do need a central defensive midfielder. We do. Who those should be, I've got no idea right now. Because all those players that I'd want, like an Alphonso Davies or a Bracano, etc. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. But yeah, we do need we need reinforcements. We definitely need reinforcements. 100%. Pogba's too expensive to depart. He'll have to stay. Yeah, exactly. I think the key here is he going to sign a new contract? And the word on the street is that he is. So no one could sign him now anyway, just like no one could sign Neymar or Messi. But if he signs a new contract, then, that's it. And that's what we're hoping for. We need Sancho, honestly. DB Balacio. I'm not sure what that is. That's saying. So, but mate, I would. I know we need Sancho, but my personal opinion is that we shouldn't be spending our entire summer transfer window trying to basically wear Dortmund down to get Jadon Sancho, when we should be strengthening, as you said, left back, CDM. Why aren't we looking at other targets? We should be spending all our energy trying to wear down Dortmund. It's on mate Fred off to guys. That makes no sense to me unless we get Van den Beeken. Is it confirmed? Surely Fred can't be off to Galatasaray. Let me read that. I saw that there was rumors, but is it actually official? If it's official, let me have a look. Okay, no, it's not official yet. Okay, whew. Okay, that's fine. No, I don't think it's official yet. I don't think it's official yet, but it's possibly it's there. It's there. I don't think he's a bad player, but for some reason it isn't working for him at United, and I'm little by little getting toward offloading him. I mean, it's each to their own, Rasmus, I guess. My only just sort of thing is that it just means just having to go out and find a replacement, and a replacement that's also good enough. And that's my thing. It's just like we've got so many other players that we need to come in and that we need to fix, that it just, that's the problem. It's, if we don't have to replace a player, I guess, then we shouldn't, is my point, because we just have so many other positions that we need to fill, as opposed to adding another one. You know what I mean? Fam, this channel is so overrated. Oh, is it now? I'm assuming you mean underrated. Or do you mean underrated, CR7? Underrated. What is so overrated about this channel? Please let me know. Please let me know. I don't know what's but thank you for the feedback. But what's overrated about it? What's overrated about it? Just me presenting the news. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm still streaming, like, guys, for you, because I'm reading your comments and going through, and that's why I like engaging with you guys. But we are going to be wrapping up soon. United should look at Edison, Edouard from Celtic, proper forward and young player as well. That is true. He is solid. Whether he work in the Premier League, I don't know. It'll be another risk, and you could argue, with Greenwood. I feel like we need at least a bit more experience in that forward line as opposed to risks. Because we already have Greenwood there, for example. So DVD is Donny van de Beek. Yeah, okay, yeah. Donny van de Beek. I would love Donny van de Beek. But Armchair says Van de Beek is coming to Barcelona. That wouldn't surprise me. With Koeman in charge, I feel like he'll get Wijnaldum, Van de Beek. I think that he's going to make a Dutch revolution at that place, definitely, so I won't be surprised if he goes to Barcelona, to be honest, because Manchester United, if Manchester United wanted to buy Van de Beek, they would have done it already. Instead, we're twiddling our thumbs with Sancho and trying to negotiate 75 million with Aston Villa. It just doesn't make sense. Shout out to BD Core. Hope you're doing well, brother. Let's have a look. Yeah, FC Barcelona will get Sancho. Raymond, at this point, I can only see United signing one. United will get it done at the final day. Same with United, yeah. It's depressing reading this sometimes. It is, because if you're a Chelsea fan, you're like, yeah, who are we going to sign next? And it's United. It's just like, but I will give you my top predictions in the channel, and I've already predicted that Manchester United are going to get 5th. I'll say that right now. I think that Manchester United are going to get 5th place. Because, and that's been my prediction last season, because we didn't strengthen. And frankly, we would have got 5th place had we not signed Bruno Fernandes in the summer. So I was correct. If Manchester United don't strengthen at any point during the season, whether that's January, summer, or January transfer window, we're getting 5th place. Simple as that. You're not getting Sancho in a million years. Well, we'll see about that, Chief. We will see about that, Chief. I don't think you're going to be winning a Bundesliga in a million years, though. That's the thing. BG, you should return to support boss after 8-2 loss. We need it. In fact, maybe BD Core, if you're free on the Red Devils on Monday, maybe we'll give a Messi rant. Give us a Messi rant on what you think about what's going on. Imagine if we didn't get Bruno, we would have finished 5th. And I mean underrated. Yeah, that's what I thought, mate. That's what I thought, mate. Thanks. Hit a subscribe button. Hit a subscribe. So appreciate it. Give me your feedback. The whole works. You know what I mean? I'm doing it because I can, because I've got you guys watching. So support my RNG. Like the vid. Share it. Follow me on Twitter. Let's push this channel and make it grow. We already have Fatih Dembele and Barcelona don't need Sancho. Let's have a look. Okay, BD Corn Armchair talking about. So let me quickly go and round up. Oli is going to have a difficult time without new signings. If they don't get Sancho, it'll be Mourinho's 3rd season all over again. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me, Armchair. It's what it looks like to me, and that's why I'm very, 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 very concerned. The only thing is that on paper, our starting 11 is good enough. Shaw will be back. If De Gea's making mistakes, maybe you can put Bay in there. Matic, Pogba, Fred, Bruno, and if Martial and Rashford and Greenwood tick, our starting 11 is good enough. It is. But it's just that, do we have the depth, and does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer trust the depth? That is the question. That has always been the question. Let's have a look. I can see another Griezmann situation happening on ongoing saga with no plan B, which is United. Which is United. That is United to a T. Absolutely. By the way, as we round up, anyone have any last? I'll take your questions for the last few minutes. If you have any specific questions, let me know. Like I said, I'm going to be live again at 8:30, where we're going to be doing the top 5. Why I think Manchester United transfers that are financially viable and that United should go for to strengthen this ailing Manchester United squad. So please stay tuned. 8:30 tonight, UK time. It's going to be a good show. Yo, did you see Gigi? Do you see Fred's off to? I've seen it. Like I said, I've seen the reports. It's not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed yet. That's what I was gonna talk about it, but it was from the Sun, the Mirror. They're not necessarily reliable. If it is, once it's been confirmed, I will certainly go live. But if Fred leaves, then I don't really know. We need to sign another midfielder. And it's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. I actually agree. I actually don't disagree with this comment that BD Core says, because it'll depend on what Koeman does. But I think that, and what happens, but obviously they had an average age in a squad of more than 30. Busquets, PK, Alaba, Suarez. I think that squad needs a rebuild, a proper rebuild, and that's the thing. It needs a rebuild, and at least Dortmund, Chelsea, Man City, PSG aren't in that rebuild type phase. Barcelona are in need of a rebuild. They're going to start a rebuild, and that's the difficulty for them there. If Pogba goes, who do you want to replace him? Saul Niguez, maybe. If we could get him from Atletico. Who else could be? Who's got the ability? It's difficult, man. I don't know. Saul Niguez is one, but I generally don't know. I generally don't know. There are so many options that I don't know. I really don't know. Let me know what you think, because it's just not a position I've been thinking about right now. And Pogba's unique in terms of what he can do for us in that midfield, especially finding those brilliant passes. We can't get KDB, who would be a good second. So I don't really know, to be honest. I really don't know of a player of that quality that can come in. I don't. I'm gonna share the videos. Thank you, CR7 man. Thank you, CR7 Ronaldo. Really appreciate it. Remember to, by the way, guys, remember to hit that notification, hit that bell. Hit that bell button so you get notified when I go live as well and when I upload a video. So remember, not just like and subscribe and share, but hit that bell button so you get notified when I go live. Right, I need to quickly run through these comments and I've got to wrap this up. Red Devil, can Panderman beat Barcelona? Probably not. But with the state that Barcelona are in, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with La Liga, because the Liga season starts soon, and with a new coach, with Messi being in the air, where they're not really getting any new signings confirmed right now, it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Messi stays or Messi. I still think that Messi will stay personally. I still think he will. But because it might have to go to court. I don't know. But if it does, if he were to leave, he probably would go to Manchester City. And I agree with this comment, Absalom. I do, especially regarding Fred. Do I reckon Harry will be captain? No, because if he's dropped by England, it wouldn't make sense for United to keep him as captain. I think that he will play, but I think it would be weird and possibly wrong to have him as captain while he's got an ongoing case going on. Even though we don't know the full facts, I think that even to just protect Harry Maguire, you put him out of the limelight. You don't put him in the captaincy role. You just don't. You don't. Yeah, the problem though with Absalom, though, the problem though is that these players are on high wages, and as I've said several videos before, like, because these players are on high wages, they are not going to leave. That's the simple, short answer. They're on high wages, and so you need to find teams that are on high wages to be able to take these players. So we can say, oh yeah, we can sell Lingard, we can sell this, we can sell that, but are there teams that are prepared to pay his wages? It's the same for the Messi situation. You know, how many teams? A lot of teams would love Messi, but how many teams are going to be able to pay anywhere between 400 to 600k a week? Not many. You know, so wages are important. Roman Kuhn was on it exceptionally well. Sensei can do this. Well, we'll see how he goes. BD Core. We'll see. We will see how he. I mean, he's done well. The Netherlands team, Everton, maybe not so much. But to be honest, Everton seems to be a. No one seems to be able to do well at Everton, so I won't just blame him. Yeah, I was even talking about Fred. We can't let any. This is what I'm saying. We can't let anyone go. The only players I want to see leave Manchester United are Pereira because he doesn't play, Jones because he's always injured, Smalling because he wants to move on to better things. Although I think he's personally a good centre back. Who else? Those and Rojo. Those are the four definitely that need to go. In my opinion, everyone else can be stay. But those are the four, to be honest, that need to leave, and they're still at the club, and it's frustrating. This show is not under overrated, mate. It's a good channel which will grow. Forget the noobs. Yeah, I think the guy said it was underrated. I think CR7 said it was underrated. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Really get part of that. Get part of the Red Devils community. Let me know what you guys want. But we've got a lot of content coming on this week. Content crack. We've got a lot of good content coming this week. So please stay tuned. Finally, Thiago will be perfect. Yeah, but he's going to Liverpool, mate. He's definitely going to Liverpool, Somali Flame. Martin should have beaten Barcelona 18-19. Nah, not with Phil Jones. Mate, not with Phil Jones. Not with Phil Jones as centre-back. I remember that game when Phil Jones was playing as a centre-back. No, you don't win. You don't win games with Phil Jones as your centre-back. That's why when people say that Sir Alex Ferguson was a bad manager, I'm like, Sir Alex Ferguson won a Premier League with Phil Jones as a centre-back. He's already a legendary manager, period. And last comment from Armchair Critic, and I'm gotta go. RDS, don't you think that Coutinho, Dembele, Tranco, Dembele, Fati, Puig, De Jong, Pedro, Griezmann are good enough to win the league for Barca? That's a good question. It's the defense, though. This is the thing. I mean, those are all good players, but where are the defenders? You know, you saw, for example, like, I know you can't really compare the Premier League to the Liga, but Van Dijk goes into Liverpool. You know what I mean? You know, so they were conceding goals and he made them into, you know, title winning and Champions League winning teams. A good, solid centre back. We're realizing this now. Like, you have to have it. United have to, City have to have it. So many teams have to have it. If you want to go on well, you know, you have to have a good goalkeeper, but good, strong centre backs and with good coaching. And for me, my issue with that list is that where's the top quality centre back? Where's top quality centre back? You know, there isn't a top quality centre back, and you know, if PK is going to play for another year, I'm not saying he's trash, but I can't see Barcelona it being easy, let alone the Champions League, if you know, if you don't sign a top quality centre back. Because looking at it, what has the last 2 or 3 seasons, Barcelona played the same back five, and they're going into this season. It looks like they're probably playing the same back five. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that he rejected us. I think it was. Did he reject us, or was it because the board wouldn't go for him? Because from what Thiago seemed to say, I think it's like he didn't want us. That's what I think. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for staying on for an hour stream. But thank you guys for getting into the role in the comments. Please, please remember to like, share the vid to Red Devil Studio. Consider becoming a member. Click that join button and become a member of the Red Devil Studio community. Get some exclusive benefits as being part of the Red Devil Studio fan community. Stay tuned. We've got an 8:30 show where we're going to be talking about transfer targets and what you want. I'm going to enjoy the Community Shield and hopefully watch Arsenal get bantered. We will see. But have a nice day, everybody, and cheers.